Sound is on. Hi everybody, if you could just let me know if the sound is on and you hear me.
I can hear you.
Awesome!
I can hear you.
Awesome!
Hey.
Let's see. Sound is on, Sarah. Sound is on. Alright, let's see what we have. Okay. Just waiting to make sure you all can hear me before I get started. It's okay, Nat.
Yeah, it's fine.
Keep chilling. Keep chilling, doing your thing.
Look, now it's belly. Now I just want bellies.
Huh. Oh, wait. There we go. Thank you, Crafty. Sound is on. Alright, so I'm sure some of you have seen I've been out in the arena. So yesterday and today I've been working with the pups to get them to go on the Karanda bed and stay there. So yesterday and today are the first days they've seen this. It's all new to them. Work in progress, but I think for the most part they're doing really, really well. So what I do is I put them up there and I kind of stay close to them, put my hand up and tell them to stay on the bed, stay in their place. I walk around. So the first time it's just for a little bit and then I get them off the Karanda. I give them praise for staying. And then you'll see each time I'm both distancing myself from them and I'm also moving around the Karanda. And they're doing great. I'm really impressed because usually it takes a little bit before they catch on to something. But I've been working with them maybe 20 minutes out there a piece. And by the end of the 20 minutes, they're staying right on the Karanda. They're even following me when I walk around and they're on the edge of the Karanda, but they never step off that Karanda. And that's what we're shooting for. We want them to stay on there and just stay where they are, which, like I said, they're doing great. And I've walked a few of them out there in the arena and you could see how much better their walking is now. So I'm really proud of these guys. I know I've said it before, but it seems like everything we're shooting at them or asking them to do, they're right on top of it and they're doing well. I still want to take a couple more out before feeding at 4, so keep an eye out there after this and I'll probably be doing more. If you guys have any questions, I'm up for it. Where is Fred today? Fred is in a kennel on, I believe, Puppy Side Hill, and he's just kind of taking it easy. He's doing fine, and so isn't Jack. He's on the other side, on Donkey Hill's side, in a kennel, and he's fine too. So Yeah, they're both doing well.
Sorry, I'm late.
You're fine. You are fine. I was just explaining what I was doing out in their arena with the pups because I've been working with them in their arena now.
Oh, you were you?
Yes, and
Cool.
I was telling them for yesterday and today was the first time we introduced the place for them to stay on the veranda
Yeah.
and stay, and they've picked it up very well. I've been
Good.
working maybe about 15-20 minutes with each dog,
Mm-hmm.
and by the end, I'm like, I'm not even, there's so much slack in the leash. They're watching me walk all the way around the veranda. I'm telling them to stay with my hand and my voice, and they're doing it.
All right, so you know what we'll do next after that? After you get all mastered, then we're going to bring 2 in at a time
Yes.
and do the same thing. That way they
Yes.
can do it with start introducing distractions when they
Yep.
do that. So
Yep.
good,
Yep.
good.
So I'm very pleased with how they're doing, and even if they go out there and they're all excited, it just the first couple times very short, and then I lengthen the time and I lengthen
If they're
my
seem
distance.
distracted when you first bring them in, just let them play, throw the ball, play with them for a few minutes, and
Yeah.
let them kind of like settle into where they are, and then get them.
Yeah, or I walk them around a couple
Yeah.
times, and that
Yeah.
usually settles them down too.
Good. I just took Crusher. It was an absolutely beautiful day. It's like 80 degrees here today. It's gorgeous. So I decided, because it's nice out, I want to be outside too. Because our days obviously are numbered with nice weather. So I just took Crusher outside to work outside. There's a place right on Route 1 that has stairs, and we're still working on getting him. He does wonderful going down the stairs. He's still a little wonky going up the stairs. He's definitely improved with going up the stairs. That his only thing is going up the stairs. I don't know if it's because he's so long and he doesn't know what to do. Doesn't know what to do with his back end, but he is getting better with that, so that's good. And I literally just came back from working outside with Davis. He did really well with
Awesome.
like traffic and everything. I was surprised. I thought he'd be more distracted, and then I decided, well, I'm going to push it a little bit. So we worked on touch, no treats, traffic distraction. So he didn't do bad. He didn't obviously hit every mark, but not surprised.
Cool.
But he did. So he did make some kind of connection, with the touch, even with the traffic there, and there was some random truck selling steaks there with people. Yeah.
Wow.
I bet you like that.
So I was like, so there's people coming and going. So he had, and then there was somebody further off walking their dog. So he had quite a few distractions around him. So he did, considering that, no treats with the touch. It's just touch.
Great.
touch. He did seem to do better with my left hand than the right, which, but
Huh. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's weird.
yeah. But, which was fine with me, I'm left-handed, but. So, excuse me, allergy season is in full bloom in the fall for me. I had a sinus infection, bronchitis.
You name it, huh?
Just this time of year is crappy. So if I sound funny or I start coughing, that's all it is.
Are you a little horse?
Yes, a little hoarse. Yeah, a little froggy, whatever animal you want to choose. But, yeah, so that's what I did today. I was hoping to get one more dog out, but I didn't.
Yeah. I'm hoping I can get a couple more puppies in the arena before
Yeah.
feeding.
Which is, yeah, or even, yeah, well, we'll figure it out, even after, well, the puppies will be out there when we're feeding them out there, but we'll figure it out.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And I think there was only two dogs today that even had 2 stars. That meant that they hadn't gone out yesterday.
Right.
So,
And I've done 3 so far, and
So-
Poppins was one of them with
Good.
the 2 stars.
oh, okay, so
Yeah.
we're getting them out. They're all getting handled as much. You don't see it here because if it's off camera, obviously you're not going to see it. and B, they're going off property, and you don't always see somebody taking the dogs either.
Yeah.
But they are getting out.
They
Very
are.
rarely have we had one that's been up and skipped 2 days.
Right.
So,
right.
so they're getting out. Again, taking full advantage of nice weather. We have a few more days of that, it seems.
Yes. Yes.
Monday and Tuesday. But it's even at that, it's just going to be seasonable. It's not going to be 80.
Right.
So,
Right.
Just
I
like you
could
took
take-
the air conditioners out.
of course,
Yeah.
of course.
I could take this weather though. I really like this weather.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
And
Crafty says, keep up the great training.
we're trying.
Yeah.
We know we're not perfect. We really,
That's
really
right,
do.
that's right.
But we are working constantly to improve ourselves as well as
Yeah.
the dogs. So
Yep.
I know it doesn't seem that way, but we truly need. We know we need to improve too. So we're doing that as well.
And I always say, you know,
We're all willing to learn.
I'm learning with the pups.
Yes.
And we're, you know,
Yeah.
a team, and we're just trying to.
There's
Yeah.
no job or any task that you can do, walk into a place and know everything about it, because everything's constantly changing.
Changing.
Even how dogs get trained is constantly changing. You know, before, all the training techniques have changed. Positive reinforcement right now is a huge part of dog training that wasn't before. So
Yep.
there's a lot of things that we have to learn in order for our dogs to learn. And if you're willing to learn, then none of us can go wrong. So, as you all know, Charlie said, keep on learning. That applies to all of us.
Everybody. Yep.
So,
Yep. Whether it's here, wherever you are
Yeah.
in the world.
yep, even my other
Yeah.
job.
Yep. Yep.
There's always something changing and to learn, and you have to be willing to do that. So,
So Bobo Link
yes.
is asking, can you explain the touch training, its purpose, and how to teach it? Thank you. Keep up the good work.
Well, you've been done more than I have.
I haven't done the touch
Oh, I
yet.
thought you had.
No.
Well, it's more for PTSD people than it's not really obvious, for balance and mobility. People that are also veterans or anybody that has PTSD. I know that they were teaching the touch in here with the treat in the hand. Touch, they get the treat. Touch, get the treat. Like I said, I had tried it today without the treat, and he still got it. Not, like I said, not 100% every time, but that's okay. Eventually, that will come too. It's more for a comfort. They're touch like if you want them to touch anyway. You can, if somebody's, having a bad day and they just need their dog to come over and put their head on their lap, or come up, and also the next thing apparently we're going to be doing is hug.
Nice.
It's just for comfort. The person needs to be touched, and the dogs will eventually pick up on when that person needs it, probably before the person even realizes they need it.
I think Fred has mastered that.
Fred, yes. Fred. Some of them are kind of naturally predisposed to it, I think. Yeah, Fred is definitely one of them. They're very affectionate, more than some other, and that could be why Davis is doing well too, because he's kind of a little bit, I don't want to say needy, if that's the right word.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
A little
needy too. So for him to come over and touch and hug, he's more than happy. He just teaching him the association of when he can do it and when he can't do it, he'll be more than happy to do it, because he's really open to the affection.
Yes.
So
Yes.
it's a win-win on both sides. And again, the dogs, when they're with their people, they will pick up on that and do it naturally, even without the person prompting them to do it. So,
Cool.
and there's a perfect example. Nova's right there cuddling with Robin, as happy as she could be. That's like a picture of a content dog right there.
Yeah.
And a content person.
Yes, a content person. That's very true.
All right,
So-
Crafty. Do you still use a board to track training? Is that info later submitted to their computer file?
Yes, we have a software platform that we all can go in. each dog has their own chart, so to speak, electronic chart, and we can checkpoint, what we worked on that day. We rate them, what they need to work on, where we took them, the date, and that's all on their electronic file for that individual dog. So, and
And we have the board too that we put our initials every time they either take the dog out or like if I'm working with it on property. So
Yes.
we can.
Thank you to Laura Scally. She was the one that set that up several years ago, and it works beautifully.
So like when
thank you, Laura.
Yeah, thank you. So when I come in, the first thing I do is go to the board and say, okay, let me see which pups haven't been out and who I have to work with today. Then I work with those first, and then I just start on the list again at the beginning.
Yeah, sometimes you might catch it on the arena cam, depending on how far it swings. You'll see it on the door there. It's just a whiteboard, all the dogs' names on the top, the day of the week, and based on if they got out the day before, the next day that's 1 star, 2 star, based on the day who got out and who didn't, and who should be going. Her priority is to work with that day. So there's a visual that we can just go snapshot, walk into the barn and go, okay, you have 2 stars today. Those are the ones I'm going to concentrate on first. And then if those get out, then whoever else is there, they'll work on the 1 stars. And so that's how it. So we have both, but the real notes as far as detail about each individual dog. Right now we also just started using binders again, and sheets. We'll have a sheet for each dog. And I'm not sure who we're going to be handing it to, but they will put it in their electronic files. So, yeah.
Okay, Bobo Lane. Are the big dogs and the pop and pups going on overnights? We know Winnie went out with Tracy.
I don't.
I think they could go on overnights. It's just a matter of
Getting people to do.
getting people to take them. Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
So, I correct.
But yeah, I think Tracy's had Pearly and Winnie so far.
Yes.
And they've both done really well.
Yes, and I know she's talked about, hi Hanson, taking some other ones too, and probably some of the bigger ones.
Yeah.
Who was it? One of the other bigger dogs went on overnight recently. I don't remember, was it? Oh, if it was Crusher or not, but yeah. And that is also part of the electronic, our electronic database. If there's dogs out on overnight, that gets put in. Dogs boarding, that gets put in, so we all have access to it to see, because nobody's here, not everybody's here all the
On
time.
the same
so
day,
yeah, so we can look on that. Somebody else's days off, somebody else has to come in. Overnights, any medical reports if somebody had got sick or had diarrhea or any of that stuff. So there's a lot of information in that electronic file that upcoming events, upcoming matches, just trying to up the list. Anything for, that's changing in the barn as far as procedures. So we do have an electronic. We have a database that we all have access to. So.
And I have to depuppy my condo before I take one.
Yeah.
I just haven't, but hopefully soon. Maybe like Poppins or thinking Dawes. We'll see.
Somebody.
I would love to take Jet, but I think she's too attached to me anyway, so I don't want to make that any stronger. So
Right, no.
I'll take somebody else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't take dogs overnight anymore because of Duchess. Not that she would be fine, but after all day. But
Yeah.
and I did discover something about her.
Uh-oh, what?
No, nothing bad. When I first caught her, I obviously bought her a collar, and you have the rabies tags and all the other tags. And hi, handsome. No, we don't do kisses. I don't like them.
He just had some water too, so he's
she all of a sudden started scratching and licking and constantly, And I took her to the vet, and they of course told me it was a chicken allergy, so I had to change her whole complete diet, which was fine. And I really didn't have a lot of success with that. So I brought her back and said, still not. So the next vet did a skin scrape, and she tested and she said, yeah, there's a little something, and they put her on antibiotic and everything, whatever. Oh, great. So I kind of stopped putting that collar on her because I thought she was having like an allergic reaction to it, because that's when it started happening. So I haven't really used a collar unless I'm, when I take her out walking, I put her, obviously I put her collar on with her tags just in case she, God forbid, got loose. But I also ended up buying her a thigh collar.
Oh, yeah.
What's interesting is about that is it has a full metal clasp. It is a healthy, strong clasp. And the GPS component is also metal.
Cool.
Well, yes,
Oh,
except
no.
it all started all over again.
No.
She's
So
allergic
she has
to metal.
she has a skin allergy. She's having a skin reaction to the metal in the collar.
Wow.
So
Well,
that's my
we figured it
Duchess
out.
story.
Yeah.
All of a sudden she was scratching. She like got these and of course she's so white and she doesn't have a lot of fur, so I can really get a good look at her skin. And that's when I know she started getting red blotches and licking again.
Wow.
So that's my Duchess story.
That's interesting.
But she liked her food that I changed it to anyway, so I stick to it. She likes it.
So Crafter says, stay safe. We are all sad about the incidents in Maine
Yeah.
and know
Yeah.
several recipients live not too far from the area. Yeah, that's just an awful thing.
Yep. That's why everybody should be kind to one another and love everybody, because that
You never
person could
know.
be in your life one day and gone the next. Whether it's a friend, family, co-worker, anybody that touches your life in any way, shape, or form. So
Yeah.
that's something.
And our hearts go out to anybody affected by
Yep.
that. And
Yeah, it's a sad reminder for everybody
Yep.
that we really should be
Yeah.
more kind to one another and don't take each other for granted.
Yep.
Because overnight, it just literally, these people, what was it? They were in a bowling alley.
bowling alley and eating dinner
Yes.
at a restaurant. So
Yeah, I
there
mean,
you go.
People just going about their normal everyday lives. They weren't doing anything,
Yeah.
just living life, and
Yeah.
that's what happened. So,
Yeah.
so we will end it on that.
Well, wait. I
Oh.
want to end it on a funny story
Oh, okay, we'll do funny
that I
story.
have
Okay.
from yesterday. So I'm doing the KarenM training out there, and Mr. Dawes, I call him like go with the flow, because whatever you're doing with Dawes, he's like, okay, let's just do it, let's go, So I made him get on the KarenM, and he was the only one, even today, that laid down on the KarenM. And I was just like laughing. I'm like, okay, Dawes, that's fine, and I did the same thing, walk around and everything. But then, that's not all. He decided he was just having too much fun. He rolled over on his back, and he's like, and I'm like, what a
Which
ham.
is fine in one instance, but if he has his vest on, if he goes down, you just stay down like a sphinx.
Yes.
No rolling over.
Yes,
So if
Right.
you do see him doing that, we know that that's not how it should be if he's
yes, but I didn't have the
Working.
vest on.
right.
So,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I just like, oh, Dawes, you're something else.
And that's something we'll have to watch with him so that he doesn't
Yes,
think that that's
yes.
okay when he goes down, that he can roll, because he can't.
I will keep
Just
an
keep
eye
something
on.
to keep.
I will
keep
keep
in
an
mind.
eye on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he probably likes his belly rubs.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
And Bobo Link says, thank you, ladies. The reason I asked about overnights is in the past it was used as part of their training.
Yep.
I think.
Yep.
To tell how they got along with family pets like dogs, cats, gerbils, etc. To see what might be triggers in general, observe them in a home setting.
Yep.
Yep.
When I took a lot of dogs for overnights, I didn't have another pet at the time, but it was strictly all for house manners and you know, yes, we know you're tall and you can reach that food on that counter. Doesn't mean you can do it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it's both. Yeah, doing overnights is really, we wish we had
It's
more
and
people
it's
to do that
tough.
because it is a big part of,
And-
it would be nice.
and for me,
you know, being housebroken and like them knowing how to figure out how to tell somebody that they need to go out. So,
Yeah.
but we'll get there.
And it's tough for me because, like, if I have a dog over, I'm like constantly like, okay, is it okay? Is it okay? You know, and I hardly get any sleep, so I could never do it like on a day where I have to work the next day.
I've done a bunch and they're a blast. And
Yeah.
my cat likes to train the dogs, which is
Which is great.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Yep,
cool.
So,
That's cool.
so we'll
All right.
end on that happy note.
Yep.
Everybody, we'll see you next week and have a fabulous week.
Thank you for watching.
And you all take care as well.
Yes.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
How is that? You guys were just so excited,
Poor
huh?
Emma's getting tortured by the fly.
Aw.
Poor guy.
Is that fly being